planned for you. The first session is on the online teaching and online platforms that will be handled by Dr. Stinder Kumar. And Dr. Stinder, as told to you in the first day, is an expert in the field of digital marketing and the online marketing, also the online platforms also. So he's managing each and every online platform of Punjabi University. He was the member of the online teaching platforms for the Punjabi University. So today, Dr. Kumar is going to speak on this issue of online teaching and online platforms and how it will be handled by its students and how it is going to benefit you. So without any delay, I request Dr. Stinder to kindly start with the session. What's up?
Thank you, Dr. Sahila sir, for introducing me. Good morning, dear students. So today I am talking about regarding the online teaching and the online platforms which are being used by the teachers as far as by the students for effective teaching and effective learning. So just beginning with the basic concept of online learning. Normally the learning that would take place through the internet, that would be known as a online learning, and it is also known as a e-learning, basically the electronic learning. It is a part of distance learning or the distance education, which is normally in our routine life. We are a number of time we are listening and talking about the distance educations, which is basically umbrella term, and the number of different modes are there which are being a part of this distance learning, and it will include the correspondence courses. Say in our department we have been running a MBA correspondence courses which are being uh, in which the students they are going to attend a week as a PCP during the semester, and the study materials are being shared with the students through the mails or by a number of times they are going to collect the study material by coming to the department personally. The another mode that we are having in the online in the distance learning is tele courses, where the different courses and the subjects are taught by these experts and through the television and through the radios. Another way is CD-ROM courses, where the study materials are being shared with the students through the computer contents, through the different hard drives. The most important part, which is basically important for the distance learning, is the online learning. It is all because of the present scenario that is prevailing in the society, and all the educational institutes they are teaching to their students through the internet, and which is basically where the students they are learning through the internet, through the online modes, and the online learning is going to take place. So different modes are there, the different methods are there which are being used by the teachers in order to teach to their students. So now, depending upon the kind of subjects they are teaching to their students, there are few subjects which are theoretical, there are few subjects which are practical, there are few subjects which are theoretical as far as practical, and similarly we are having a seminar, we are having a the other subjects that would be taught by the teachers in the SMS department. In the So depending upon the kind of subjects they are teaching to their students, accordingly they are going to decide the kind of mode they are going to use to teach to their students. So the first mode that the teacher they can use in order to teach to their student is the synchronous online courses. In this case, the live interactions that is going to take place in such kind of a mode, the teachers and the courses they are going to attend the virtual classroom at the same time. It is just like a physical class where the teachers and the students they are going to have the interaction, but instead of having a physical interaction in this synchronous online courses, and in this mode, the teachers and students they are having interaction through the online channel or virtual platform they have been using in order to have the interactions with each other. It is not necessary in this course to have only the video conferencing and the video live. They are going to have audio live interaction would be a part of this synchronous online mode, even the live chat that could take place. So in this case, the live interaction that would take place, and at the same time the teacher and the students, they are going to have the interaction. The another way is the asynchronous online courses. It is different from the synchronous, reason being in the synchronous mode the live interaction was going to take place, but in this asynchronous the live interactions that would be missing. There would be no any live interaction that would take place in this asynchronous mode. And later on, depending upon the free time with the students, they are going to read, they are going to have the access, they are going to study the material, whatever the study material that have been shared by the teachers with the students. So in this case, live interactions that would be missing, and the teachers, they are going to share the study material. We have been using the different platforms that would be used by the teachers in order to share the informations with the students, that I will talk about later on. It is another mode that the teachers, they can use in order to teach to their students. Hybrid and blended courses. It is basically a combination of online and offline course, the mode that would be used by the teachers to teach to their students. In this case, face-to-face interaction would take place, but that face-to-face interaction that would be in the through the online platform, or it would be the virtual face-to-face interactions that would take place. Number of time we people have seen that the students, they are sitting in the class, and they are having a video conferencing, and they are having a video lectures uh, from the experts who are sitting at far away, and in order to deliver the lectures to their students. Recently, in the SMS department, one placement activity that has been conducted, where the students, they were physically present in the class, and some live sessions were that has been delivered by the managers or HR managers by sitting in their company. So in this way, physical as far as online mode, both have been used by the teachers to teach to their students. Inverted online courses, which is basically more specifically known as a flipped classroom. What has been happening in the past, the teachers, they were entering in the class and start delivering the lectures. So the students in this class, in the initial stage of the students, they were entering in the class, and the teachers is present in the class, and the students, they were listening to their teacher. And after the session, after the class is over, the students, while going back to their places or going back to their homes, some assignment that have been given by the teacher, they are individually sitting at their places and doing the work. But it is when we talk about this inverted online courses or the flipped classroom, it is entirely different. This is the teaching pattern, online teaching pattern, that has more popularly known, adopted by the uh, uh, best management institutes like IIMs, IITs. What has been happening in this flipped classroom? The well in advance, the topic has been intimated by the teacher to their student. This is the topic that they are going to talk about in the next class. And this teacher, the students, they were supposed to well prepared before they are going to enter in the class. So in the next lecture or in the next day, whenever the students, they were going to enter in the class, either in the physical or in the virtual classes, so instead of the teacher, they are start delivering their lecture, some discussions that would take place. So in this case, first the students, they were sitting alone, and they are studying the basic concept regarding the topic that would be covered by the teacher in the next or in the coming lecture. And once the lecture is started, instead of the teacher, they start delivering only the lecture. The discussion that would take place, that would be best or effective way to have better effective learning as far as the effective teaching for both. That would be the best part on as for the teacher as far as for the student also. Web enhanced courses, in this case the educational institutes, they are using their websites in order to teach to their students. Say our department, we have been using, there are few teachers who have been using the sms pup.ac.in, the department website, in order to share the study materials with the students, in order to give the assignments to their students, in order to evaluate the student. So in this case, the different educational institutes, they are using their own websites in order to teach to their students. So the number of different tools that we are having under the ICT, and these are the different tools which are more important, more that would be more effective for the online learning for the students. And the different tools that we can use for the online learnings are the learning management systems which are being used in order to administer, in order to have the documentation, and in order to have other activities that would take place in the online teachings. Similarly, we are having the massive online MOOC presentation tools are there, whiteboards are there, cloud storage, assessment tool. These are the different tools that we are having under the ICT that would be used by the teacher as far as by the students in order to have effective learning. So one by one, we will have discussion. Okay, the first tool that we are having under ICT is LMS, Learning Management System, which is basically the application in order to administer, in order to have the documentations, in order to train, in order to share the material, the number of things that we can have over this platform. And the different tools that we are having under this learning management systems are Moodle, which is being basically used by the Punjabi University, Patiala, in order to have a online teaching, or in order to provide online learning to their students. Another, we are having the Google Classroom, we are having the Canvas, we are having the Edmodo. So later on, I will talk about how you people are going to use this Moodle that has been set up by the Punjabi University Patiala for online teaching as far as for the online learning. More or less all the features that we are having under the Moodle, the Google Classroom is going to provide the similar features to us. The additional features that we are having under this Google Classroom is the plagiarism. The number of times the students, they are going to submit their assignments to the concerned teachers. So in order to test whether the assignment that has been submitted by the students, whether it is plagiarized or it is plagiarized free, so that facility that can be checked under the Google Classroom application, but this application is paid. So another, the Canvas is another application under the LMS. We are having the Edmodo also. So I was talking about the massive open online courses, which is known as a MOOC. It is basically more affordable and flexible way in order to enhance, in order to learn something. Well, the students, they are having interest. So under MOOC, the different courses, the different organizations, they under the different organizations, the different the tools that have been started by the government of India, and we are having Swayam, we are having a Coursera, we are having a Cognitive AI, we are having a edX. So when we talk about the Swayam that has been started by the government of India in order to provide a quality education to all the students, and more than 2,000 courses we are having under this Swayam. And the courses which are being offered under this Swayam is all the courses we are having from the ninth standard onward till post graduation, and we are having a different the 9 coordinators under this Swayam. So let's have a look what exactly has been this Swayam is going to provide. So this is the website of this Swayam. In this case, the students they first have to register themselves. Once they are registered, after signing in or after logging, they can have access over the materials that is available on this Swayam platform. I was talking about the 9 coordinators are there under this Swayam. So AICT it is taking care of all the engineering subjects. Similarly, I am Bangalore, they are taking care about all the management subjects. Similarly, we are having a UGC, it is taking care about all the social sciences subjects. So in this course, in this platform, the 9th standard onward, the courses are being offered. So NCRT, they are taking care about all the subjects which are at the school level. So this is how these are the different national coordinators, they are taking care about all the different subjects. So another platform that we are having under the MOOC is the Coursera. It is again being organized by the world best university along with few best companies from the corporate sectors. So in this case, the number of different courses are being offered by them, and if the students they are only getting registered for the learning purposes, then it is free of cost, they are going to provide the services. But if in case the student they are interested to get some certificates, for that they have to pay very nominal fees, and they are paying they are providing the facility of scholarship also. Cognitive AI, it is being managed by the IBM, and again they are offering the number of different subjects and the courses. As the name suggests, that they are taking care about the subjects or the courses which are related to the computer sciences, more specifically the artificial intelligence, Hadoop, big data, etc., etc. So similarly, the edX, it is being all managed by the Harvard and MIT, and they are providing a huge number of discounts to their students for the different certificate courses they are covering. The another tool we are having under ICT is the online presentation. The number of times the students they have to give their the different presentations, whatever the assignment and the presentation that have been given by the teacher. So these are the different tools that students they can use in order to make their presentation more effectively. The first uh, applications that we are having under this online presentation is the Canva. They are going to provide the facility for the number of free of cost and free the different number of images that we can use in the presentations to make the presentation more effective. They are also providing the facility of fonts, the templates, the illustrations. The different samples are being given by this Canva applications to make the presentations more effective. Similarly, we are having a Google Slides that we can use in order to make the presentation more effective. Prezi, what it has been, what they are providing the facility. Instead, they are converting our PPT into a video form. So in this case, after a fixed time period, whatever time that has been set up by the presenter, automatically it will move to the another slide. So in this way, the presenter they can have a better time planning in order to complete their lecture, in order to complete their presentation. So in this way, these are the different tools that the students they can use to make their presentation more effective. That would be a part of the management, or that would be the part of the MBA subjects. The another tool that we are having, the whiteboard. In order to teach to the students, or in order to have a better learning, the teachers they're supposed to use the boards in order to make the things more clear to the students. Similarly, the number of time the students they have to use the boards to make their presentation, or to have a group discussions with their classmates. So these are the different kinds of applications under the whiteboard that they can we people can use in order to have a better or effective online learning. So the tools that we are having for the whiteboards are the Jamboards, are there Microsoft Whiteboard, Miro, InVisions. So what exactly we'll do? Say if I talk about the so this is the whiteboard that would appear in front of us when we people are going to use this Jamboard application as a whiteboard. So we would be having these different kinds of marker, highlighters, pens that we can use in order to write anything or in order to draw anything. Similarly, we are having the erasers. If in case, say, for example, if I have been taking the class of any subject, say for example, I'm taking the class of a marketing management and I have to talk about the sampling method that we can use. So from the internet or from the Google, I can. So this is how the image that would start appearing on the whiteboard, and that image and that picture I can use in order to make my lecture more effective, and that would be the best. And it would be easy for the students to understand the concept. These are the different probabilistic and the non-probabilistic methods that we can have under the sampling. So this is how we people can use this whiteboard applications in order to make the in order to have effective learning and the teaching. The another tool we are having under ICT is the assessment tools. In this case, once the session is over and once the half session is about to complete and it is over, the teacher is supposed to evaluate, or they have to make some assessment whether the students they are able to understand the concept that have been covered by him or her or not. So the different assessment tools that would be used by the teachers in order to evaluate the teachers, and the tools that we are having, the Google form that may be used, Testimos, Formative, Microsoft forms. So these are the different tools that may be used by the teachers in order to evaluate, in order to assess the students. Video conferencing, again, in order to have a live interactions with the students or to deliver a live or video lectures to the students, the different platforms and the applications that we are having is the Zoom, Google Meet, Cisco WebEx, Geo Meet. Right now, as the right now the present lecture that is going to take place on the Zoom, and similarly, we people can use the Google Meets, Cisco WebEx, Geo Meet. I will talk about later on regarding how the Google Meet and the Zoom that would be used by the teacher, and how it would be easily accessible by the students to have a classes on the either on the Zoom or on the Google Meet platform. So these were the different tools that we are having under the ICT in order to have a effective online learning. The uh, Moodle, which is basically a part of the learning management system, and it has been used by the Punjabi University of Patiala, and same are being used by the School of Management Study. Initially, it was set up by this platform. Moodle was set up by the Martin in 2002 for the educational institutes, but later on it has been the corporate sector. They are using the same for their activity. So these are the different steps that would take place in the under the Moodle. The first, the students they have to log in order to they first they all the students they have to log in. Then they are going to have a view what are the different informations which are available. That would be the part of the site navigation. Then they are going to find the number of courses they are going to study in the present semester. And once they are able to find out the different courses and the different subjects, they're supposed to enroll themselves under each subjects they are going to study in the current semester. So okay, when I will enter, okay, the domain name that Punjabi University Patiala is using for the Moodle, it is elearn.punjabiuniversity.ac.in. So once you will use this domain name, this is the website that will appear in front of you. So first you have to log in order to enter in this website. So here the usernames and the password that will be used by you, and in order to log in yourself. So once you people, okay, if you people are the first time you are going to use this website, first you people have to register yourself. You have to create the account. Once once the account is created, then later on you are going to the user and the passwords that will be accepted, that will be confirmed by the university admin, and same you are going to use again and again for to log in yourself every time. So when if you are already registered, then you are going to use the user and the passwords in order to log in. If you are the first time you are going to use, then by clicking on this create a new account, you have to register first, and once you are registered, then you later on you can log in. Once you people are logged in, so these are the different courses that will start appearing in front of you, in which you have enrolled yourself to study the different subjects. So exactly, I will let you know, I'll give you some small demo to make the things more clear. Say for example, okay. Uh, this is the website, and this would be the website for the Moodle that Punjabi University is using. So first, you all people, you have to log in yourself. So I was talking about, if you are already a registered student, then you are going to use your login, your user and the password in order to log in. But if you are for the first time, you people are going to use, you have to register yourself. So in order to register, first the username, say for example, hmm, Rahul Khanna. This is the user that I'm going to decide. The password I'm going to set. You have to give your email address in order to first name, Okay, it is going to accept only the load. Rahul. So the confirmation mail that would be sent on your Gmail account, and you have to check your Gmail accounts before you are going to confirm your registration. Okay, so you will get one mail from the admin of the Moodle, and by having a click on this, you have to confirm that you have created a one new account for the Moodle platform. So just you have to click on this and you have to continue with your. So in this way, you have been logged in, you have been registered on this website, and now once you are registered, you have to enroll yourself for the different courses. So the different courses that would be appear in front of you, reason being the Punjabi University, they are having the different constituent colleges, they are having the the different departments in the main campus, they are having the regional center. Reason being, you have got the admission in the SMS department, which is a prestigious department of the main campus. You have to enter in the main campus, and the different departments that are there, all the departments, that will start appearing in front of you, and these are alphabetically arranged by the admin. So our department that would start appearing on the fourth page of the Moodle, it is School of Management Study, and you have to register, sorry, you have to enroll. Reason being, you are the students of the first year, you have to enroll yourself for the different subjects. So in the first semester, uh, normally we are going to have the four sections: section A, B, C, and the D. To the department, they are going to give you one section in which you are going to attend the classes and in which you have been enrolled. Say for example, I take the example, and the first subjects, or the different subjects that you are going to study in the first semester is workshop on the executive communication. So by just clicking, you have to enroll. The another subjects, make sure you are going to use the same section for the different subjects. It's not possible the you are enrolling yourself for the one subject in the section B and another subject in the another section. Reason being, you have to enroll yourself under the same section for the different subjects. Another subjects that would be the computer fundamentals that you are having enrolled. So first you have to enroll yourself for the all the subjects that you are going to study. Management sciences, again for the section B. Managerial economics, section B. So what exactly will happen? So when you will have a click on the dashboard, all the subjects will start appearing in front of you. You have enrolled yourself for the different subjects. So this is how the first you have to register, you have to log in, and once you have logged in, you have to enroll yourself for the different sections as far as the different subjects that you are going to study in the current semester. So the different number of activities that is going to take place under The number of activities that are going to take place on this Moodle platform, you have to mark your attendance on the Google platform. You have to suppose to submit your assignment. You have to uh, appear for the mid semester test. That would be that if in case the teachers they are conducting on the Moodles, you can have access over the study materials that have been shared by, say for example, I'm taking the example of the second year, and the marketing research subjects are there. So this is how the first link that would be appear in front of you. uh, you have to mark your attendance first. Reason being, for example, in this case, the class was started at 10 o'clock and it is going to end after a 1 hour, it is 11 o'clock. So just having a single click, it means when people are going to submit, you are going to click on the submit, it means you have been marked present. But right now the time is about 10:37. You have marked your attendance late, and same would be recorded by the this Moodle platform. So you all the time you have to mark your attendance at the right time, either at 10 o'clock or well, 1 and 2 minutes that could be acceptable, but make sure you are going to mark your attendance on the right time. Another features that we are having under this Moodle is, I was talking about the marketing research, the assignment that have been given to the students, and the due date that will start appearing. The due date is 28th, and they have not, well, the students has not submitted their assignment, and now right now, after this the due date is over, this platform is not going to accept the assignments from the students. MST, that the mid semester test that have already been conducted by the department on the 22nd October, this marketing research MST was there, and this student has conducted. They have attempted this MST, and we can find out the grade this student has got out of. She scored. She obtained 20 marks out of 20 marks, and in review we can have a look the different number of questions that have been attempted by the student. And in this case, reason being, all the questions that has been attempted by this student is correct. So all the signs are green. But if in case any question that has been wrongly attempted and the wrong answered by the students, it will indicate the red sign, and the what would be the exact answer that will we can have by looking the correct answer under the review. So this is the another activity that we can have under the Moodle platform. Similarly, I was talking about the different teachers, they are sharing the study materials. Say for example, in this case, these are the different topics that have been covered by the teacher, and the same have been shared by the teacher in the form of PPT. So just having a single click on the whatever topic, we can download the study materials that is available on this course. So this is how the things are uh, So this is how in the Moodle, first we have to log in. We have the side navigation, means the different things are there on the Moodle. We have to find out the courses before, so that we can enroll ourselves for the different courses. And sorry, for finding the different courses, MBA first year, MBA second year, and etc. And we have to enroll, or and in case we have by mistake we have been enrolled in the wrong section or in the wrong subjects, we have the options to unenroll ourselves and to modify the and to enroll under the correct or the right subject and the section. So this is how the different activities that would take place under the Moodle. So the second part that normally we people have been using in the SMS department is the Google Meet, which are being used by the teachers in order to have a live interactions with the students. So Google Meet, the different features that we are having under the Google Meets, it is going to provide the two-way and multi-way to have an interaction audio and the video calls with the students. We are having the facility to have a chat during the lectures. We can have a conversation with the among even with the students and with the teacher also. This is the facilities that we are having with the Google Meet. uh, Google Meet that we can use this Google Meet on the web browser, Android, or on the iOS applications. We can arrange the teacher, and as far as the students, they can arrange all the classes that is going to take place in the one semester on the Google Calendar. This is the another facilities that we are having with the Google Meet. The screen sharing is there. We can share the PPTs, we can share the spreadsheets and the Word file, etc. Whatever the kind of material we want to share online. And it is the host, they are having uh, the host, they are able to allow the students to enter in the class or to deny the entry of the student if in case the student is late to enter in the video conferencing or in the live class. So exactly what will happen in the Google Meet, the link that would be generated by the, that would be created by the teacher and same who are going to be shared by the teacher with the students. So the different platforms that we can use in order to share the links. Say for example, I have been taking the classes of the project management and the marketing research. What I will do, I'm going to share the that link or the in the through the WhatsApp group, and by just having a click on the link that have been shared by me, the students, they are going to enter in the class. Either I have been taking the classes on the Google Meet, or initially I was taking the classes on the Zoom. So same, I was sharing the link on the WhatsApp group, and later on start taking the class. Reason being, in the Google Meet we are having some additional features that was missing in the free version of the Zoom. So this is how the students, they have to the teachers, they are going to by they are individually one by one, they are allowing, they are admitting the students in the class by having a click on the admit. uh, in order to, if in a case a students they want to off their video, by just having a click on this video button, they can hide, they can off their videos. Similarly, if a students they have to mute or unmute, this is the another this is the link, this is the button that the students they can use. But if in case by having a click on this red button, the students they can leave the meetings. So I was talking about the chat facilities that we are having under this Google Meet. So this is the chat along with the number of participants they are attending the class, it is 25, and along with this the chat facilities that we are having, in which the students they can have a conversation with each other or with their teacher. Screen sharing under the present, now we are having this screen sharing facility. Even number of times the students they are giving presentations, so they can they supposed to share their screen to make their presentation visible to all the students, as far as to the uh, other to the students, as far as to the teacher also. uh, we can record, if in case we have been people using the institutional mail ID, the record meeting facilities that is available to us on the Google Meet, so that we can avail by just having a single click on the record meeting. If in case the teachers they want to give some announcement and they want to give something, text messages, that facilities that we are having. Even in the Google Meet, the auto attendance facilities that we are having, the number of students who have attended the class and at what time they have entered in the class and at what time they have left the class, all such times are being recorded by the Google Meet, and same would be used by the teacher later on in order to evaluate the students, whether the students they were on time or they have properly attended the class and the number of times he or she was present in the class. So these were the different features that we were having. So these were the different features that I have already explained to you. The another features that we are having under this, if we can arrange the different sessions and the different classes that would take place in the Google Meet, same we can record, same we can notify on the Google Calendar. And the Google Calendar, what it will have, how it will be helpful to the students as far as to the teachers. Time to time, the notifications that would be sent by the Google to the students. This is the class that is going to start within a 10 minutes, whatever the time we are going to set. The notifications that would be set up, that would be sent by the Google to the teacher as far as to the students. This is how the online classes that are going to take place on the Zoom platform, in case we have been using. In this case, in the Google Meet, individually the teacher, they are going to admit the students one by one. But as far as in the Zoom, by having a single click, even individually we can enter the and admit the students. But in this case, we can admit all the students simultaneously by just having a single click on this admit all. Thank you. Over to Dr. Sahil kindly.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sundarji, for your valuable talk on online platforms. Now, as a student of MBA, you will be extensively using the online platforms, especially the Moodle. So hopefully this talk is very beneficial to you. Now, going further, the second section is on the online resources and databases. So again, as a student of MBA, you need to use online resources and databases for your projects and for your assignments also. So this session will be handled by Dr. Liaquat Ali. He is going to discuss on this theme in detail. Dr. Liaquat is an expert in the field of finance. Now I welcome Dr. Liaquat to kindly start with his talk. Dr. Liaquat, kindly.
So yes, so I will be discussing online study resources and databases with you, and will not be taking not more than 30 minutes. So we have a library by Khan Singh Nabha Library, which is having more than 5 lakh books in print form, and it is subscribing more than 350 journals, national and international journals. But since we are in the COVID time, so online resources and databases are more important in these days. So one thing more I wanted to discuss with you: when we get the fresh student in the MBA first sem, what I have the experience from the last 12 years of teaching in this department, I have seen the students are coming from commerce, management, and science background, engineering also. But when we ask them the basic concepts, what they have learned in their UG courses, generally students of commerce and management and other subjects also, since I will be teaching only finance and accounting only, when I ask them the basic concepts of accounting, finance, you can say 80% of the students even are not clear about the basic definition of the concepts they have learned. What is the finance function? What is the management? How do you define the management? And even this may also be, I think, in the other courses also, statistics and mathematics and economics also. So the quality academic material, the importance of quality academic material cannot be undermined at any level. Since you will be trained over here as the management graduates, you are prepared for the jobs in the industry. So importance of the quality textbooks cannot be undermined at any level for creating skills in the graduate students of the business management. So you will be we have a department library which is having more than 20,000 books on various topics, and each title may be having, in some of the cases, may be having 20 books per title. So we have a very good library, and central library is also having, I have already told you, 5 lakh books, more than 5 lakh books. And our central library has a budget of more than 7.5 crore rupees per year. So university spends a lot of amount on to acquire the academic material, academic resources, books, journals, magazines, e-books, e-encyclopedias, and all that. Many things are included. But today I will be discussing few important online databases and resources which can help you, which are free, which are open access, which are not paywalled. You can access directly without any registration. So first of all, we will discuss the PDF drive. The PDF drive provides a free access to approximately 7.5 crores ebooks in PDF form on various subjects, including business management, finance, accounting, science and research, technology, environment. So you can download the books on finance. I have personally visited this site. There are high quality international titles are available in the PDF form, in this freely available. You can download them and read them at your home. So all the topics of finance, accounting, economics, mathematics, you see the number 7.5 crore ebooks in PDF form, which are easy to carry, and you can read it, download it. So this is a freely available open access website. Then we have directory of open access journals. This is a website, a database of 15,450 open access journals, which is having 54 lakh, more than 54 lakhs articles, research articles, which can be downloaded. You know that one thing I would like to mention over here, that most of the academic material is not freely available. In this, Elsevier has the monopoly in it. They distribute globally the academic resources. They have the monopoly with the other Macmillan, Wiley, and McGraw-Hill. They are the other players with the Elsevier. So the directory of open access journal website hosts a community created list of open access journals maintained by the infrastructure services for open access. These are the scientific and scholarly journals, making all their content available for free without delay or user registration requirement, and meeting the high quality standards, notably exercising peer review or editorial quality control. So these are the selected journals which seems to be important for the society, freely available. These are funded by this services for open access, infrastructure services for open access. This is a project under which they are freely, without any subscription. You can this website will be very useful to you when you will be writing your summer internship project at the end of the second semester, and again at the end of the fourth semester, when you will be writing a major project report. So this website will be of very useful to you. So second one is the LibGen. So LibGen is the mother of all, but there is one problem with this. This has the copyright issues. This Elsevier has make a lawsuit against LibGen, since it is providing a lot of PDFs content from the Elsevier's Science Direct web portal free. This is pirated. So LibGen enables free access to the content that is otherwise paywalled. Website for scholarly journals, articles, academic and journal interest books and magazines. A lot of books on the management, accounting, finance, economics, mathematics are freely available in PDF form. So LibGen, if you see the LibGen library genesis, the origin of this is considered to be the #1 top pirated site. So, but this is has the copyright issues. We cannot recommend at the organization level, but you can personally use at your own level. So it may be including more than 7 crore books. About I have seen that 8 crore document, approximately 8 crore documents are available on the LibGen. So you can use it. The next we have Sci-Hub. Science Hub, basically it is also another pirate site, website, and the first pirate website which provide mass access and public access to the tens of millions of research papers, which will be useful to you when you will be writing your project, summer training project, and major project. So you see that 7 crore 90 lakh, more than 90 lakh 7 crore PDF form documents are available on the Sci-Hub. But this again has the copyright issues. You can use it at your personal level, from your home, from your PC, from anywhere. You can download the research paper from Sci-Hub. So this is freely, without any paywall, no fees is to be paid, no registration is required. You can just put the name of the document and you can download it. Then we have most popular website, the YouTube. You all know YouTube has become the most popular video platform where the students can learn almost anything relevant to their studies. It is one of the most popular websites on the internet these days. From TED talks to recorded presentations on the various subjects, it is a great free resource on just about any topic. Any topic of, you pick any topic on finance, accounting, general management, any topic. The expert talks are available and PPT format is available, so you can use it. Then we have most popular another database, the website Wikipedia is a crowd-based encyclopedia. So it is publicly written by the public, is edited and written by the public. So you know it as students can freely access almost any topic of their interest on Wikipedia. It is hosted by Wikimedia Foundation, a non-profit organization. Founded in 2001 by Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger, Wikipedia is one of the most trafficked site on the World Wide Web and the most popular journal reference work on the internet. Established to harness the collective knowledge of the world and to create a crowdsourced and openly edited encyclopedia, Wikipedia now hosts over 40 million articles in 299 different languages. The name is perfect amalgamation of the organization's goals and illustrating how it was to be built. The second half of the word pedia is taken from the encyclopedia, and the first half of the word wiki is a reference to how the founders planned for the site's content to become populated. Wiki is a structure, is a website on which users collaboratively modified content and structure directly from the web browser. From its inception, Wales and Sanger had set out to build a site that utilized the power of external crowds for value creation. So your knowledge is a public knowledge. Anybody can edit and put the content on the Wikipedia. They started it in 2001. See the homepage of the Wikipedia, what it is saying. It is telling you about this website. What is the purpose of? We are writing a complete encyclopedia from scratch. This was given in 2001 by the founders collaboratively. We started work in January 2001. We have got over 3,000 pages already. We want to make over 1 lakh. So let's get to work, write a little or a lot about what you know, read our welcome message. This is the web page which was available at the inception on the Wikipedia side in 2001. So now it is you can search almost any topic, any on related to business management, finance, statistics, mathematics, anything you can search on the Wikipedia. So another is a Google Scholar is a freely accessible platform which can be used to search for relevant academic resources for writing project reports, research papers. So this Google Scholar again will be helpful to you when you will be writing your project, major project and summer internship project. Lot of research papers are freely available. This is a free access site. Again, next we have open Yale courses in the US university, private university. Open Yale courses provide free and open access to a selection of introductory courses taught by distinguished teachers and scholars at Yale University. The aim of the project is to expand access to educational materials for all who wish to learn. These include business courses such as financial markets, financial theory, game theory, like this, and many other topics. Then we have EDX. EDX is a free website offering around 300 courses on a variety of business and management topics. The courses offered here not only include general business aspects, but are also focused on helping students to learn skills applicable to the industry. Then next we have the Coursera. Coursera has 114 educational partners, including highly ranked international universities who provide free courses to around 10 million users. One major benefit of this for the students is the availability of very specific business management related topics to suit their requirements. So you will be using this, you will be finding very useful the Coursera when you will be searching various topics for your assignments and your learning, your syllabi, and all that. Then we have Financial Times, is a newspaper, international renowned newspaper. Financial Times is one of the world's largest newspapers. The main focus of this is London-based international newspaper are business, finance, and economics. Lot of material you can search from the website of the Financial Times is freely available, which can be helping you on the international business, industry. Then we have, so Grammarly is very popularly used. Grammarly helps students to check their work for grammatical and spelling mistakes. This is also very important. It provides quick tool for proofreading and offers useful feedback to improve their writing. So it is also free. It is suggesting you where the writing has the problem when you will be writing your assignments and all that project. So Grammarly will also be helpful to you to remove the plagiarism and all that, where so that and the quality of your content. So these are I have discussed. There may be many others. These are freely accessible. These are the open resources. So first one, what I have discussed, that is, and the second one, these are the widely used sites for downloading the books PDF drive. So even the libraries of all the universities in a country, and many countries cannot be having so much of collections in their libraries which are provided by this PDF drive. And many books which are not available in our library also, even they are available at PDF drive. I have seen them. International renowned titles are available. Full copies are available. You can download and read them. So this is about the LibGen is also very important. So this is from my side, and these resources will be very useful to you. And thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Liaquat, for the detailed discussion on this theme. I can only add one thing from my side. Dear students, kindly invest in good books, read good books, and specifically discard the Kalyani publication books, which a lot of students refer. So those books are not meant for MBA students. So kindly don't refer Kalyani publication books in MBA.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Liaquat. Thank you so much. Now moving forward, the third session is now on the one of the most important aspects of the MBA course curriculum, that is case study approach and the group discussions. So on this theme, Dr. Gurcharan is going to have a detailed discussion that how to handle the case studies and how to present yourself in the case studies. Now I welcome Dr. Gurcharan. Dr. Gurcharan is the senior most professor in School of Management Studies. His area of specialization is finance. Now I hand over the stage to Dr. Gurcharan to kindly start the discussion on this theme. Dr. Gurcharan, kindly.
Thank you, Dr. Sahil. Thank you very much. Dear students, first of all, welcome to our campus and especially to our department, that is School of Management Studies. Since yesterday, you might be listening about the establishment of department and about the faculty members. Today, my colleagues, Dr. Stinder, have talked about digital marketing and the digital tools which you can use. Liaquat Ali have given you those types of resources which really are wonderful resources for your value addition in your knowledge domain, as well as for your value addition for your research. One more important issue which needs to be talked to you is that is about the major issue is about the case study and the group discussion. We have observed your performance in the group discussion which we conducted online for your admissions as well. And the most important issue about group discussions, I'm just talking about those. And the major important tool which for learning of business management is, that is about case study, which I'm going to talk to you. Let me share this case study, this presentation, which is a structured presentation. I'm sharing with you. I hope this is visible, Harpreet, Sahel. Sahel?
Visible, sir. Visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I'm going to talk on these two major issues, though at the end I'm trying to amalgamate these two issues, that how to discuss case study when you are in a group and how to create a group discussion environment. These are the two issues which I'm going to take today. Let's talk something about what case study method is, because the most pertinent tool in understanding business management, that is case study method, which is one of the most common methods of teaching in West and in many premier institutes in India. Even in our institution, we are using this case study method as a pertinent method for making our students acclimatize with the corporate world. And in this case, when a case study method is being used, the instructor gives a case document. This case document can be very short. It can be of one paragraph. It can be of one page. It can be of number of pages, can be 10, 20, 30. It depends upon the nature of the case. The instructor gives you that case document as a participant, and then you, students, as a participant, you study that case, analyze it, and then you discuss it. Now, these are the three main components of a case study method. What is the reason why we use this case study method? Because it helps you to enhance your reading habits. It helps you to enhance your analytical habits. It helps you to enhance strategic planning and implementation skills and application of learning of domain knowledge in your real life situations. Now, what case is? Let me show you first of all what case is. It is just an example. This is a kind of case. I hope this is visible to all of you. I'm showing you this case is based on Amul Butter, a marketing success story. I have a number of cases with me just to show you that how these cases are. Second case is, let's say, Nokia's pricing strategy. Now, it is just of 2 pages, and you might be viewing it that there are a lot of information available in it. It is just started as a story background, and then finally it comes to the conclusion. Conclusion can be with questions or conclusion can be without questions as well, because these questions are ultimately you have to find out the solutions for it. And if questions are not given, then you have to identify the issues within that case, and then you have to address those issues within the case. I hope chat is coming up. PPT is not visible, sir. Okay, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it because I'm just showing something else. I hope now this is visible.
Yes, sir.
Because it was a hyperlink, hence that's why I showed them a case. Now, as a case, now what case includes? Case imitates or stimulates a real life situation. Now, what is happening within an organization? Let's say I'm talking one issue. Today, number of the corporates might be talking about that what impact the elections in America would bring on their organization. What impact would bring, and the impact would be brought out by the election in America. Elections are happening in America, but somehow their organization might be having some kind of impact. Now, what kind of impact would be there? Whether it is a Trump or it's Joe Biden. Now, this is a real life situation. Now, if you develop that kind of story and develop that kind of facts, develop that kind of arguments, which imitates or stimulates a real life situation, that is which you call is a case, and it is a verbal presentation of reality, what is happening in reality. It puts the reader in a role of participant. Just like if you are reading that case, you will become a participant in it. And what case in itself is, it's a unit of analysis, varies enormously from an individual to a department, a company, an industry, a country, or a world. Let's say you are working in one company. Let's say you are working in some ACC Cement Limited. Now, this is only one company. And if you are analyzing that company analysis, this may vary from industry. This may vary from industry in different country. This may vary from industry around the world. Hence, this is how you are going to deal with a case study method. What is the purpose of a case? Purpose of the case, as I told you, it represents a reality. It represents a reality. It conveys a situation with all its currents and rough edges. Now, current edges means that if Trump was a good friend of Modi, how Joe Biden is going to be a good friend of India in terms of friendship with PM, in terms of friendship with corporates, in terms of friendship with president. So there are different kind of currents and there are different kind of rough edges also. Now, rough edges is that America may not be in a position to give us that kind of support which he has given, he has ultimately claimed for it. Now, there is a conflict of India with China. America is trying to give somewhat of help. To what extent America can give that kind of help so that it can restrict China and it can help India to make a hindrance for China's grown policy. To convey a situation with all its currents and rough edges, to shift the learning process, with authority and officially sanctioned truth, to unease the ambiguity and multiple meanings, and finally to develop inference making as a primary skill. Why we do this case study? We do this case study. If we have to understand a cricket, we have to understand the cricket ground. If we have to understand a swimming, we have to understand the rules for swimming pool. If we have to understand a hockey, we have to understand first of all the rules which are being used in hockey ground. If we have to understand a cycling, then we have to understand the rules which are applicable in cycling track. Similarly, if we have to understand a business, certainly we have to understand the business organizations. We have to understand what is happening within that business organizations, and those happenings, those activities which are there in the business organizations, those are replicated as stories, as studies, which you call a case studies of the business organizations. If you are able to understand those case studies of the business organization, certainly you will be well understood about business organizations. Now, what are the types of case studies? Now, the types of case studies can be enterprise level case studies like SBI Group. Now that group is an enterprise. There are number of, though it is now one bank, earlier it used to be State Bank of India and its associate banks, State Bank of Patiala, State Bank of Bikaner and Jaipur, State Bank of Mysore, State Bank of Travancore, so on and so forth. Now all those banks have been merged in one entity. That means now SBI has become one organization. So there can be an organization level case study. Then it can be a functional level case study, like marketing is one function, finance is another function, production is another function, IT is another function, research and development can be another function. So that can be a type of case study. The case study can be on the topic of success story. Success story, just like I have shown you one glimpse of Amul organization. There, how the marketing has become a success story for Amul butter. So that is a case story. Then there can be a cases of failures also, like how lakh takiya car of Tata Nano has failed. Now that can be a one case study. So cases regarding mergers or acquisitions, that can be another type of cases, and subjects related marketing, finance, HR, etc. can also be a type of case studies. But when you go through, now these are a contemporary issues on which a case studies can be developed, but there are types of case situations. Now if I'm taking about this case study, let's say about organization level case study. Now in an organization there can be a case situation. Now these case situations are again developed under four types: problems, decisions, evaluations, and rules. Now these problems, decisions, and evaluations and rules, let's talk one by one. What problem case situation is? Problem case situation is and how Tata Nano failed. Now that is a problem. How Tata Nano failed. Now this is one problem. Second issue I can take it. In COVID-19 pandemic, there is a lot of deterioration, a lot of damage to MSME. Lot of problems have emerged to MSME. Now, what types of problems have emerged to MSME? That can be a problem case. Something important has happened and we don't know why it did. Now, why it did? Problem is there. We have identified the problem. Why it did? That we have to identify. So analysis should begin with the problem definition and work out an explanation of the problem by linking the outcome or performance to its root cause. Now, another type of case situation is that is a decision case. Even in finance, we use two types of, we use number of issues. Let's say we have to make or buy. Make means make in our own manufacturing process. Buy means we have to buy from outside of our manufacturing workshop. What we should take a decision. We should make at our own end or we should buy from outside. That decision we have to take. Now, for this decision, many cases are organized around an explicit decision. And for that, analysis is required around decision options. Now, there can be number of options like make or buy, decision criteria. Then why we make at our end, why we buy from outside. Let's say if we are talking about cost, let's say if we are talking about marketing, let's say if we are talking about research and development, all these things would be under decision criteria. And for that matter, we have to correlate it with the decision evidence also. We have to substantiate it with some evidences. If precedents are available, that evidence we are going to correlate with our decision. And goal is to determine the decision that creates the best fit between the available evidence and the criteria. Now, third type of case situation is, that is what you call as evaluation case. Now, evaluation case is whether we are success or we are failure. Let's take now we are using different kind of depreciation methods. If we are using different kind of depreciation method 1, depreciation method 2. No, we have to evaluate between these two, which one is suitable for our organization. Though we have already executed it, now we have to evaluate it. Now this is one way of doing the case situation. Second case situation is, now Tata Nano have failed. That is, evaluation is already there, that it is failed. Why it has failed? Now that will be a problem case situation. But now let's take one more example. In this pandemic situation, what impact it had created on let's take automobile industry. Now, impact may be a success, impact may be a failure. Now we are going to evaluate that impact for automobile industry, and there can be a automobile industry case. There can be a kind of analysis for that automobile industry. So express the judgment about the worth. Now I'm talking about variables, about the worth of an organization, value of an organization, or effectiveness of a performance, act, or outcome. When you are taking performance, act, or an outcome, and then you are trying to evaluate them, you're trying to evaluate its worth, its value, or its effectiveness, then you are going for evaluation case. Finally, the outcome can be subject of an assessment. Evaluation assesses worth, value, or effectiveness, and then you again have to create a best fit between evidence and the criteria. Now, fourth issue in case situation is that is rules case situation. Again, this is a quantitative. Now, there are two types of case studies. If we are going broadly in other terms, there can be a qualitative method also. There can be a quantitative method also. In quantitative method, it is all based on figures, facts. And in qualitative, it is based on facts as well as some kind of opinions as well. Now, in quantitative method, the type of information needed you are going to seek, the appropriate rule to furnish the same, the correct way to apply that rule, and the data necessary to execute the rule. That's how you are going to for defining of this rule case situation. The scope of such case is very narrow, useful only in a specific sets of circumstances, but very productive in them. So what are the advantages of case study? Though we have talked earlier also, there are millions of advantages. As a student also, as a teacher also, there are millions of advantages. It develops your strong reading skills. It develops your analytical skills. It develops your logical thinking. It develops your strategic planning skills. And it facilitates learning regarding analysis of impact of decisions taken. And it facilitates enhanced domain learning experience. Because if I gave you the marketing success story, now marketing success story, what has happened in Amul company, you have to also talk about that domain knowledge which is available as concepts in textbooks. You are going to read all those issues. That's why we take this inference that it facilitates enhanced domain learning experience. Other advantages, it develops coherence in your thought process. Coherence means you have to create those permutation and combinations. These permutation and combination gives you an alternatives, a number of substitutes for one decision. It develops good communication skills because ultimately you have to develop argument for your case of thought, for your case of thought process. That development of good communication skill also happens in your case study. It develops a confidence and art of public speaking because ultimately you are talking to a group within your organization or maybe outside of your organization. Then you have to develop a case of articulation with you, and that case of articulation is a art of public speaking, which will be led by your developed confidence also. It also develops all kind of skills and confidence that is required at the time of summer and final placement. Because I'll not say that you become perfect. At least you become some kind of viable product for that summer internship which a corporate world requires. You become a viable product for that final placement based on your confidence, based on your good communication skill, based on your art of public speaking, based on your thought processes. That is how you are developing your skills. And finally, it develops thinking, planning, and implementation skills as well. Now, how to analyze a case that I would also like to share with you for analysis of the case. Ultimately, analysis is an individual part also. Analysis is a group part also. Let's take in both way. What analysis is? The origin of analysis is word. It has come from Greek word, and this Greek word is dissolving. Dissolving means you split, you break up the facts into different parts. You break something into constituent parts, and to study the relationships of those parts to a whole. Then you try to bring about the relationships of part A, part B, part C, part D, and so on and so forth with as a whole story, or then part A to part B, part A to part C to part D, part B to part C, so on and so forth. These types of relationships forces you to think. That is how we are going to analyze a case. Now, what are the process of a case analysis? Normally, people say you start reading the case. No, reading is not the key to case analysis. The thinking is key to case analysis. Thinking, not reading, is the key to case analysis. Reading is never a primary source of case analysis. Reading just gives you an information. It is ultimately that analytical thinking, it is ultimately that logical thinking where you sequence the process, where you create the relationships, where you create the permutation and combination among different parts of your case as a whole. That is a thinking process. That's why we call thinking is a key to case analysis. As you read, you ask questions about the content. When you start reading it, then you start asking where it has happened, why it has happened, how it has happened, who was creation of that happenings. That's how you ask that questions, and then you give answers. You find out those answers from that case study. You seek answers from the case itself. As you find partial or full answers, you think about how they relate to a big picture. So how to solve a case? Two part: read one, think another. How you are going to read? You just read as outlook, just have a glance of it, and then you try to visualize what is the meaning behind those words. Try to read that meaning, and then try to realize what is actually written in it, and then try to analyze means, again, split into parts, dissolve it into parts, and then create the relationship of those parts among different parts, or the parts with the whole story. Then you create that thinking process. Now, thinking about alternatives. If one alternative is coming to your mind, you try to bring about another alternative. I'll say two persons are there moving. One is ahead, second is behind. A is moving ahead of B. Now, there another way of writing down a sentence is B is moving behind of A. See, there are two options. Every action have two options. Now you have to find out those two options. You have to find out not only those two options, you have to find out number of options. Those are called think about alternatives. And those alternatives, you are going to find out what went wrong. What is the root cause of creation of that happening? Why did it happen? Why did it happen? What is to be done? What needs to be done? You have to ask those questions from that case study. What should have been done that has not been done but should have been done by the constituent of that case study? More on solving of a case study, focus on various data, graph, events. Now, sometime it happens that there are various data, graph, and events are available. Find out the major reasons of success or failure within those parts, within those case study. Focus on different types of analysis also. Different types of analysis means it can be a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis means strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats analysis. Now, pest analysis, that is another. There are a number of analysis. I'm just giving you examples of it. Pest is political analysis, economic analysis. S means social analysis. T means technological analysis. Now you have to link all your reasons with these types of analysis, and then you have to come out with some inferences. Inferences means findings. And there is another type of analysis like financial analysis, ratio analysis, and number of analyses are available in your domain of knowledge. These types of analysis which I have just talked about, let's say there is one analysis which is normally known as economic analysis. Now, economic analysis, what is happening in economy? It is just not what is happening in economy, how that activity in an economy influence your organization, influence you as an individual, influence not only you, your team as a group. That is how we are going to create those linkages with that analysis. Coming to industry, now you create that sectoral part of your companies. There is a paint industry, there is a automobile industry, there is a oil industry. These types of sectoral parts of companies are there. When there is a group of company producing similar type of products, they are grouped under one umbrella. That umbrella is known as industry, and within that industry, single unit is called as company. Then you are coming up with company analysis also, and within that company, now you are going for financial analysis. Financial analysis, there are different types of analysis. It can be inflow outflow, it can be profitability, it can be cost benefit analysis, it can be financial ratio analysis. There are number of analysis which are available, based on which you are going to analyze your case study. Another type of analysis can be that if you are producing some products or services, how they are behaving in a market. That is again a analysis. Whether they are producing good number of sales, whether they are producing good number of profits. Now, those type of analysis you are going to use for your case study. Then analysis of strategy also. There are broader way of analysis. Let's say we have a backward integration. We have a forward integration. Now, backward integration is we are producing something, but now we have to take some raw material. Let's say one example is there. We are manufacturing some garments. For garments, what we need? We need textile. If we are going for textile, we are moving backward, meaning thereby if we are taking acquiring the textile for manufacturing of our garments, we are moving backward. That is a backward integration. Now, if these types of strategic analysis is to be done for your analysis of case, that's how those are analysis which you are going to use. Then there can be an environmental analysis also. Now, environmental analysis have two types of dimension. One type of dimension is climatic analysis. Second type of dimension is external and internal. External means those types of variables or happenings which are happening beyond your control, outside of your organization, which is beyond your control, but they are influencing your organization as well. Now, internal analysis is when something is happening within your organization, though it is under your control, you can minimize the effect of that happenings which is happening within your organization. That is an environmental analysis, external and internal. Now, what is the process of case analysis as a whole? I have given you different steps for it. Now, the steps I'm combining under one slide. You have to read the case, you have to jot down, underline and highlight the highlight the key facts, figures, events, strategies, success or failures. Then you have to analyze the economy and various dimensions of the business environment. Then you have to analyze the industry in which company is operating. Then you have to analyze the various products and services which are your competitors as well. Now, areas on which you are going to focus when you are going for case analysis: data, facts and figures. Industry reports. Industry report means if you are dealing with, let's say, automobile industry, then you are going for only and only automobile industry reports within which your company is. So macro and microeconomic statistics. What type of macro and microeconomic activities which are happening? It can be what type of capital employment is, what type of employment generation is, what type of production ranges are there. Now, these are all macro economic indicators. Now, microeconomic indicators, what is per capita income, right? Now, per capita income will decide that whether they have that kind of source, a surplus source, which can be spent on some luxury, on needs, or on some comforts, right? So that is how you are going to analyze all these issues. Then company financials, industry life cycle, economic life cycle, product life cycle, and other allied topics within your case study. When you have already read, you have jotted down. Now you are going for a further analysis of your case. So analyze the facts. Who did it? Why it has been done? How it has been done? Where went wrong? If wrong is there, what are the root causes for it? So analyze the facts. think on various alternatives. Now, what type of alternatives which are available? What should have been done? What has been done? What should have been done? Meaning thereby, now that is an alternative with you. So think on various alternatives. Evaluate the various alternatives in the light of various resource constraints. Now, resources are always limited. Now, within those constraints of resource, whether your alternatives are applicable in realistic situation, those things you are going to take care. So chalk out financial implications, do the cost benefit analysis, chalk out funding and financing possibilities under which your case is being resolved. Now, presentation of the case. Now, this is again, I'm coming to that part where you are going to now make your presentation of the case, where a group discussion can be there, where a individual presentation can be there. So make a good PowerPoint presentation, supported with your graphs and charts, supported with your statistical data and analysis, which is available in your case study, as well as from industry reports as well. Present the recommended ideas and solutions, and preferably the concept note and detailed action plan. Recommend the various functional strategies. Just now, I have given you one example of backward integration. There can be a forward integration. Let's say a textile industry now wants to manufacture garments. Now they are going for acquiring of garment industry under the banner of textile industry. They are moving forward. That is a forward integration. How these functional strategies are going to cover. Now that recommendation you are going to make. Recommend the precautions to be taken in process of implementation of your suggested solutions. So finally, you have to give solution or solutions. Remember that there may be multiple solutions to a case. It is not that only one solution is available. There can be a multiple solutions. Now you have to give the pros and cons of each solution, the advantages and disadvantages of each solution, so that at the time of decision making, you can hit a right target that this solution can be used on rank 1, this solution can be used on rank 2, rank 3, and so on and so forth. Have an open mindset while presenting a solution. It is not that whatever you have done, you become a god. No, there can be another person who can give you a better idea. So please accept that with an open mindset while presenting a solution. So your solution must not be affected by your preconceived notions about success or failure. Give solutions that are relevant and can be practically implemented. So I'm again showing you another, I hope a video would be playable on YouTube. I don't know. Let me try if it is playable. Let me try.
This presentation is about how to prepare a business case study. You will learn how to read
If this can be there.
and how to write up or discuss your thoughts with others. Tips test your creative thinking and analytic skills. Can you see the big picture and the dirty details? Can you use the available information to analyze and present your case? I'll present ideas that help you answer these questions. What do I mean when I say getting the most out of a business case? I mean that with a serious approach, you can learn a lot from a business case. You learn to identify and assess issues and to better solve problems based on the data available to you.
Can you please check out that
There are
video is
several ways
available
to
to
get
the
the
students?
most from a case. First,
Sahil?
prepare. You can expect to spend 2 to 3
Yeah,
hours
yeah.
preparing
Video is
a case.
available.
It takes that
Let them
amount
go
of
for it.
time to read, understand, and analyze many cases, though your mileage may vary. Participate in the conversation. We will interact online during class each week. Plan to bring your ideas forward. Share. Be prepared to share your thoughts and to listen to those of others. Sharing with each other is an invaluable way to learn about business case problems from multiple perspectives. Relate what you are learning to what you do or have done in your career. The goal is to transfer the learning to a new context and build your memory of the ideas.
This is about 11 minutes video, which will give you an input
Finally,
how to
be
prepare a
conscious
case
that you
study
are
and
improving
how to
your
share,
decision-making.
participate,
Focus on
and
how
as well
you are making
analyze the case
decisions to
study.
learn how you can improve even more.
Just what I have already discussed is
Now
summarized
let's
within
focus
this
on the case
video.
itself. What do you do first when you sit down to work on your case? First, Read the case quickly, like a magazine article. Scanning the first and last paragraphs and each paragraph topic and conclusion sentence throughout the case. The goal is to get an initial idea of what the case is about. Next, read the appendices. Note what data are provided there. Case writers usually include only things that are useful. Identify how each item in the appendix could help you. Often there will be tables, either in the case itself or in the appendices. Identify the value of each table and how it can help you with the issues in the case. Having scanned the case, identify what type of case it is. A problem, decision, or evaluation. We will look at these more closely in a minute. Once you have gotten a good overview of the case, then it is time to sit down and go through it carefully. As you read, study the situation. Get a sense of the situation you are facing. And describe the exact problem, decision, or evaluation that you must address. Next, begin to develop hypotheses that consider what may be causing the situation in the case. Then build support for your hypothesis by extracting and analyzing the data found throughout the case. And identify what you are going to do about the situation. Lastly, evaluate the options you've considered and make your recommendation. State which option is most likely to succeed. And identify potential weaknesses in your chosen option and how you could address them. There are a few general principles for how to discuss or write up a case analysis. First, state your conclusion. What is the outcome to address the situation in the case? Then discuss the data and analysis that support your conclusion. Build a story from the data to make the case. Then discuss a detailed action plan. Explain what you will do first, when you will do it, and what the outcomes are expected to be. Problems. A problem is a situation in which there is a significant outcome or performance, but no explicit explanation for it. Something happened, but it is not clear why. Define the problem specifically. Search for the cause of the situation in the case using relevant tools from various business disciplines. If you use marketing, you would use frameworks like the 4 Ps, the 3 Cs, and so on. Similarly, you might use discounted cash flow analysis from finance, or your ability to analyze a balance sheet using principles from accounting, and so on across the disciplines. Decisions. Although nearly all cases contain decisions, this case type is focused primarily on an explicit decision that must be made, for instance, build versus buy. Then identify decision options and decision criteria and apply the evidence to the criteria. Evaluations. An evaluation is your judgment about how well a particular act or outcome turned out. For example, evaluating a particular decision that has already been made. Develop your own criteria to apply in judging the situation. These may come from within the case, business discipline frameworks, etc. Evaluate both the positive and negative sides of a situation to offer a view from both perspectives. I have developed slides for how you can read and prepare and write or discuss each type of case, problems, decisions, and evaluations. In the interest of time, I'm going to focus on the decision case. This is the type of case we will face most of the time. I refer you to the notes for details on problem and evaluation cases. First, you study the situation. This means identifying decision options, evaluating their strength, identifying the risk of each option, including doing nothing, creating criteria for evaluating the options, and then identifying the most important criteria. Next, select the strongest criteria and evaluate the options. This will help to expose strengths and weaknesses for each option. Then focus on the hypothesis option you are most confident about. Consider that option from multiple viewpoints.
I'll just run through it.
The final step is to evaluate the alternatives. Here, you are going to challenge your chosen option by finding the biggest risks and downsides to your recommendation. Then, you turn around and describe how you would handle the risks and downsides. Next, you identify the strongest evidence against your option to be aware of how others might criticize your plan. Finally, take the position of advocating for the major alternative hypothesis and find support for it. When it comes time to discuss the case, or write about it, you take the analysis and work you did in preparation and organize it to make a strong presentation. First, state the decision you recommend in a single sentence, used to evaluate the option, in the short, medium, and long term, and define any potential risks and how you would respond. Doing all the actions described for preparing a case will give you what you need to present your ideas in class or in writing. This approach also provides a template you can use for analyzing any decisions you may face. There is similar guidance for problems and evaluations that describe how to approach those kinds of cases. You can read about that on your own. And that brings us to the end of this presentation on.
So that's what I have shared with you. You see, let me again share my presentation. Now, as a role of as a student, what is your role? So you have to construct conclusions from the information in the text, right? I have already shared with you the things as a summarized way in my video as well. Now you have to construct the conclusions from the information in the text. Filter out relevant, irrelevant things. Relevant things and irrelevant things are a low value portions. Furnish missing information through inferences, because you are going to develop those inferences. Inferences means findings. Associate evidences from different parts and integrate into your conclusion. Evidences means there are facts and figures which are available within that case, or which are available within the reports from industry, from company reports. From that, you are going to substantiate your arguments. That substantiation is associating of evidences from different parts and integrate into your conclusion. Now, what are the risks which are available while making a presentation? Now I'm going to integrate my presentation of case study with group discussion. Now, risk could be a language barrier. Risk could be a gender differences. Risk could be unrelated educational background, or risk could be an intellectual fear. Remember, you share any or all of these fears with many others within your classroom. Now, reducing the risk. How you are going to reduce the risk? There is a wrong way also, there is a right way also. Now, the wrong way is you can your comments, you keep your comments to your chest. You are not making the comments public. That is a wrong way of reducing the risk. Speeches, you are making long speeches. extraordinary speeches, and you are not making yourself clear. You are rather than making speeches, you are rather than making clear cut to be to the point, to the point arguments to your colleagues. You are making a altogether go and go and go and go on things of speeches. That is also a wrong way of reducing the risk. And you delay and assess. You are trying to delay the things of making your expressions vocally to your colleagues. You are trying to delay the assessment of the things. That is also a wrong way to reduce the risk. Now, what is the right way of reduce to reduce the risk? Speak up early. Speak up early. Be prepared. That is thorough. You have to be very thorough, but yet flexible. Be open mind. Listening is participating. Listening is participating. Remember how to laugh. Sometimes your way of behavior within your group may be a torturing way of behavior to your colleagues. So remember how to laugh. Be patient with yourself. If you are getting something good and there may be some kind of good ideas from the other colleagues, let's take those ideas and then you evolve a good strategy or a good decision. Reflect on what you learn. Also reflect, express all these issues, understand the social factor, because sometimes it happens that you make some blunt statements about some gender sensitivity or about some social disharmony, then they maybe go against you. So understand the social factor as well. Now, ways how you are going to make a discussion in a group. These are a few tricks on which you can ensemble upon, or your discourse can be more effective. One is initiating. You have to propose a task or a procedure. You have to define problems. You have to identify action steps. It can be from a topic as an extempore, or it can be from the case. So that's how you are going to start your case discussion. Initiating, then eliciting. You can elicit, you can ask other colleagues so that they can put in their arguments, so that they can put in their information. So request information, inviting reactions, or soliciting ideas. Then informing, offering information, expressing reactions, or stating facts. Sometimes somebody else is making some comments, then you can inform them that this information is either correct or wrong, or you can express your reactions, or you can state some facts as well. Then blocking. Sometimes you found that there are some irrelevances. You start introducing those irrelevances. Somebody have already spoken. Change the subject. Questioning others' competence also. That is also a part of way of discussing the things in a group. Then entrenching. Entrenching means expressing cynicism, posing distractions, or digging in. Sometimes you start pulling legs. That is a part of entrenching, but these pulling legs is always not appreciated. You have to be very careful while expressing your cynicism, while posing those distractions, while digging in some conceptual knowledge. Then clarifying, cleaning up confusions, restating others' contribution, suggesting alternative ways of seeing problems or issues. Then there is a clouding. Clouding, what clouding is? Now, clouding is again an issue where people do want that if everything is going in a wrong way, then you have to keep them straightened. There is a strategy, create confusion, claiming that words can't really be defined, remaining willfully puzzled, quibbling over semantic distinctions. Semantic means if one word have more meanings, semantic distinctions, and obscuring issues. That's how you are going for a clouding. That means you are going for a confusion. Then summarizing, pulling together related ideas, offering conclusions, stating implications of others' contributions. Now, final is interpreting. Interpreting means whatever you have found, the actions or decisions, whether they are appropriate, adequate or not, calling attention to individual actions and what they mean. Consensus proposing, asking whether the group is needing a decision, suggesting a conclusion for group agreement. Then you are also going for consensus also. You are trying to build a consensus. And if consensus is not there, then you are also going for consensus resisting, persisting on a topic or argument after others have decided or lost interest, going back over old ground, finding endless details that need attention, meaning thereby now you are trying to attract an attention of the group because the group have lost an attention. Then harmonizing, trying to reconcile disagreements, joking at the right time to reduce tensions or encouraging inactive members. Final slide on my side is that is ways to discuss. Disrupting is again a tactics, interfering with the work of group, trying to increase tensions, making jokes as veiled insults or threats. These are also, though it is a wrong way of discussion, but it can be a part of discussion. Then finally is evaluation. You have to evaluate the terms and conditions what you have discussed within your group. You have to evaluate those decisions, whether those decisions are appropriate, adequate, or right, correct, or incorrect. That's how you are going to contribute within your group discussion. I'm showing you last video. This is my last video of a group discussion, that how a group discussion can be conducted. Again, a 11 minutes video. Just go through it so that you can have
Hello friends.
a
The topic for discussion would be, is China a threat to India? You have 10 minutes with you to discuss this topic, and your time starts now.
Hi friends, I am Hemant. I would like to say today now our topic is China a threat to India? Yeah, China is a threat to India. We can say in some point of view, and we cannot say in some point of view. While comparing to this business education, China is improving its technology day by day. So we can say that while India is a very low. India is somewhat low in the technology side. So China is having technology as well as education. So they are getting employment. They are employed and they are improving their technology day to day. So India also they should learn something about from China, and it should be becoming it should remove the threat, and it should greater to achieve that threat.
Yeah, that could be the better one. But in Asia, China and India are the biggest countries. China is dominating India in Asia. In defense, China has very good defense, but it's supporting Pakistan and Bangladesh. These countries anti to India. This will affect our relations.
Yeah, you said correct, my dear friend. China being a good supporter for Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and anti to this India, so it is indirectly affecting Indian development. So this can be this can be a threat. But whereas when it comes to the position of China, it is higher than the India. So we can learn from China, and we can be we have to be curious to be like China.
And population is also becoming a big threat for India now, because it is been estimated that around by 2015 India will cross the Chinese population. Yeah. So we can see that how China is reducing their population. We can learn from China a lot. In progress side also, because in China they are working for 6 hours and 2 hours for the country, and India they are working 8 hours for themselves. So there are a lot of fields in which we can learn from China a lot, and it's a threat also, because in military point of view, in this security point of view, India is far behind.
But
and
it used to be. Now they are well defensive. They are importing the defense aircraft from the US, and they are preparing well for the war. Be ready.
That's what exactly I want to say. Because at this point of view, I mean, there has been lots of summits between India and the rest of the country.
This candidate waits for an opportunity, draws the attention of the people by saying, "I want to say," and makes her point.
So if India and China come together on the Asian platform, so they can, I mean, India can learn a lot and develop itself at the same time. But at the same time, we should forget about the war which has already been in our history. So according to that, India should be well equipped with the military sources and each and everything, and be prepared actually for anything wrong which can happen.
That could be the better option to come up by the
summit. As a market point of view, the Indian customer should more attracted over the Chinese, or we can say that Chinese product, because if we go in a market and just look at that it is made in China, then we should trust more than Indian technology on that Chinese technology. We can say that it is threat for India for a technologically, because Indian customer should think that if it is from China made, then it is okay. I have experienced that one of my friends goes to China and buy very branded pen from there and show to everyone that look at this pen I buy it from China. But when someone look at that pen very, we can say that
defective.
yeah, then
It's not
the
that
right
much.
is there that made in India.
Yeah.
Then he's discouraged. But he was very happy that he go to China and buy a pen from there. That's why we can say that
but the-
Indian
well, in
people
the
should not.
well, in the technology side, if you consider, that in India, our people are going to US and they are working in their companies and they are improving their technology. If they are in India, if they improve the technology, definitely we can overcome the threat over China.
I agree with
And
you.
also in some fields, India is far more behind than China. Suppose take IT industry and BPO industry, and also in some fields, hardware technology. China is very good.
Even in electronics department also, it's very advanced in China. So we can develop some research centers in India so that we can compete with
China at the same
technology
time,
also.
technology.
Yeah. Technology.
We
And
can be one of the leading in the technology side in the worldwide countries.
Technology, if technology improves, if professionals are working here in India,
Yeah.
but professionals, they are seeing that to earn more money and they are going to other countries and they are seeing of their life. So if they improve Indian technology, definitely we can overcome that threat.
There are no opportunities in India, so they are opting for the US. They are going
It's
searching
not
for
like
the.
that. Actually, I don't feel that there's no opportunity. I mean, there's a lack of opportunity in India. You just go to any place. We have got lots of IT sectors. Just see our
It's now.
Hyderabad and Bangalore.
Past 10 years, where's the IT sector? It was
Yeah,
nowhere.
that's true. That's true. But still, we are on that track. So
it will
I
take
don't
time.
know.
Yes, in some sectors we can say that China should have threat from India because before 2 months I have read the news in the newspaper that they required the 2000 medical people from the India. They should trust more on Indian people.
In China, medical college is there. They are taking most of the Indians are going and joining in the Chinese medical colleges and they are doing their course over there.
Yeah, they write that they want 2000 doctors from India only. They want just Indian doctors.
And also
only,
one
that
rule
they
is
have-
there.
They should have more trust on Indian. That we can say that they also have threats from ourselves from some areas also.
Yeah, and
Indians
also
are
one
known
rule-
for the
and
hardworking.
also one rule is there. Whenever any people gone to China for medical, whenever they came to India, they have to write one exam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
we have to
shows
write
that
one
where
It shows
exactly
that-
they stand.
That shows that
Indian
China
side-
some medical
I mean, there's
education
some
is not
drawback.
that much good.
Yeah, there's
So
some drawback. or
better
loophole
one
in
be
that.
the sum it up by the two countries has to be sum it up, and the each and employee of the country should work 2 hours and certain time for he has to spend certain time for country and certain time for himself.
Yeah.
That is the only way
Suppose
we
they-
can develop India or China at the same time, and we can be the
Suppose
leading.
like in the field of sports, in last Olympics, Athens Olympics, China stood in the 3rd place.
The participant enlarges the discussion by adding a new dimension of sports.
They have a good infrastructure.
Yeah, good
third
infrastructure.
level.
That's why they are
That's what I am
asking.
asking. India is
And
lagging behind the infrastructure.
The-
They don't
the-
have proper
the-
facilities.
They are asking
Yeah,
Indian
I know
doctors
that.
why? Because if they afford from other countries, they will charge more. Indian software person is going to some software country in other countries. They means he is ready to work for small pay scale also. But other countries fellows, other country person who is a professional, he won't work. So every countries in the world want that Indian person should work in their field because
Indians are
they
known
can.
for
Yeah.
hardworking.
No, not
Yeah,
for that.
hardworking.
They are
The
not.
talent is there. I'm ready with you. I'm agree with you. Talent is there. The person, those who are studied in US and London in universities, they are also having talent. But the thing is that Indians are ready for the low pay scales.
No, it is not like
they
that.
are managing.
Indians
That's why they
ready
are.
for low pay because they should think that the Indians are more dedicated towards their works.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
It's depend upon how you take and how I take.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
if you take the example, US having some companies. That US companies they are keeping in India their branches.
Okay.
Suppose in Bangalore, like that, if you consider they are keeping their branch. Like that, if China also, if the China also develop some companies here, then we can know their technology and we can able to remove the threats.
But the
And
population of Chinese is more. First, they should see the employment is there in the country. First, they
Yeah, and
Really, in China, automobile technology and hardware technology is very good all over the world than compared to. It's very nice. Automobile, Hyundai, And also
it is
Automobiles.
famous for automobiles.
Locomotives.
Yes, sir.
This candidate has been silent for a very long period. This sort of silence is negative in selection process.
In the
this
population.
world famous automobile companies are
China,
located
I
from
think.
Chennai.
They are competing in
China only.
Also are exported from China.
Yeah, they're coming to, they're trying to overcome this population with China.
Yes,
Exactly.
what we say.
The
Suppose
Chinese
they-
are taking a
suppose-
plan to reduce, to stop the population.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Time is up. I would like each one of you to sum up the discussion that you had.
So I would like to conclude the topic by saying that the India and China has to sum it up, and each an employee of the company or organization or country has to spend certain time for country and other time for himself.
Well, according to me, I think so. India should always be prepared for the defensive supports and all. And then at the same time, it can take help from China. I mean, both the countries should come together on the Asian world map, and then they should work together for their own betterment.
Yeah, they should each two. From India and China, they should have collaboration with each other, and they should collaborate to each other to improve their technologies and improve the as well as in the world technologies.
India should learn more from the Chinese in terms of hardworking technology, but Indians are not behind the Chinese.
If these, our discussion is very good. If these two countries are cooperate each other, these two countries will become the richest and the powerful countries in the world.
And they will become a big threat for US also, because it is a governing in whole world. So if they become they will become submit and they will become one, then I think US will also think before giving any this one, like, and US is supporting Pakistan a lot, so that India should have some disadvantages. This should not be there, and China is also supporting Pakistan.
The recruiter asked the candidates to summarize the discussion individually. 7 candidates were able to summarize. 1 candidate did not speak. Out of 7 summaries, 2 candidates who are circled make a balanced conclusion. Their body language, tonal variation, and eye contact speaks of their confidence.
Utilizing their population like that,
just
if
see
India
how
should
the recruiter is
utilize
going
their
to evaluate.
population as a right way, then we can say that both the countries should be good.
Yeah, okay, friends.
Right, thank you.
So at the end, what I have to say is, I have shared with you few of the ideas as an incumbent. If you are going for a case study method or for group discussion method, I have given you some glimpse through videos also. I have shared with you some of the ideas how you are going to discuss a case or how you are going to create an ambient environment within a group discussion. A few tips I have already given to you. I hope you are going to use all those tips while making these all things happen when you are in your classroom sessions. Thank you all. Thank you very much. If you have any kind of feedback, you can share it with the department also. Though I'm watching it on your YouTube, that thumbs up are there for 52 and thumbs down are there with 8. That gives us an inspiration also how to use these tools. Chat is disabled. I cannot talk to you on that way, but you are free to share your ideas and to share your feedback with the department. Thank you. Over to Sahil.
आवाज नहीं है कोई नहीं
साहिल थोड़ी आवाज नहीं आ रही Please check. अपार थोड़ी आवाज आ रही है.
Okay, let me take over from here, sir. Thank you, Dr. Sahil. Thank you, Dr. Chan. It was a pleasure. And to my friends, ladies, gentlemen, friends, it's an honor, it's a privilege, and it's a pleasure to be addressing you. I am Apar. I teach advertising, and I'm in business of selling the truth. Today, I would be talking about that, it's so many people would be willing to sell lies. And I'm going to talk today about that when you actually feel something, when you want to say it, when you want to communicate it, how do you reach out? How do you actually are able to reach the audience? At the end of this session, you would be knowing a lot about me, and I would be knowing a little less about you. And that is the key to communication. Today is one way, communication is two-way. And you know what? Life and success go hand in hand when you have two skills. One is a skill with the words, other is a skill with the numbers. I'll be focusing on the skill with the words today. When I talk of sharing that skill, talking about that skill, I primarily am talking about what is the role and what is the need for that communication. We always say that communication is the bridge between you and the success. So whenever I'll be focusing on any question, whenever I'll be focusing on anything, that is the first thing that we need to understand, that, I want something and I cannot get it till I am able to convince that I need it. Okay, welcome to the course of MBA. We are considered to be a machine wherein one side you get in as a simple person and out comes a smart person. That kind of reflects to what I would like to say next. You have come with lots of expectations, or you're coming with lots of expectations. What are those expectations? Think into your heart, look inside you, and you will come up with this answer. That I need certain skills. It's not that I am not good, and definitely you are good. I totally and fully agree with this fact that the generation today is really well versed and intelligent and smart. So still, what is that you look for in order to improve? question lies it, what can we do that for that? What can we give you for that? Can we come reach your expectations? Can we exceed your expectations? Can it be delightful? Is the path to learning such a boring path? Or is it such a full of excitement, fun, happiness? It's a journey. Is the journey as enjoyable? Is it exhilarating? That journey, it needs to be beautiful. For we have human life and we do not know the end of it, and we want to live it. We want to enjoy it. Must I go through a drill? Why can't it be enjoyable? So what we can we make it enjoyable enough for you? While giving and reaching and perhaps exceeding your expectations? Is that the truth? Because I told you. Can I be honest? Can I still reach across and sell my thing? Can I actually tell the employer that you actually need me for this job? You know, communication is important. No doubts. You have come with expectations. Beautiful. We can deliver them. Good. But can we deliver them without the fourth step? Are there certain things that you would need to do in order to learn? That is the first role of the communication. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's great. It's great. It's a wow. It's a wow. At all times. It has to be comprised of these things. You need to know what you want. We need to be there to be able to do it for you. And you need to work along with us. Let's settle with the goals of the MBA or the program that what majorly we would be having into this thing from a purely academia point of view. The first one always is learning. So learning, that after dropping the L leads to earning. Human are one species which take longest to mature. So that you can earn better and you can be more successful in life. No other species learn for so long, and we believe in lifelong learning. This real world is out there. It expects us to be better. Second thing is that the dialogue needs to be meaningful. We need to have an objective to each and everything. The business, the service sector that you would like to go, and we need to instruct you, and you need to be able to research whatever is happening at the back of it, would all require language and communication. Language and communication. A simple conceptual background. Never the one to, as far as the content is concerned, there's a glut out there. This slide in various forms is available in all through, right from any search engine to any Vimeo or YouTube, or for that matter, any books and everything. This is one of the most common slide. 6 things. I need to know what I want to say. I need to be able to put it in some kind of cues. There needs to be some kind of a bridge via which it can reach you. In this case, it's a YouTube channel. You need to be able to understand. And you need to figure out that what inside of you feels about that. First thing, decision. Choose what you want to say. Like I said, I'm in the business of selling the truth. So first I need to know truth, and I need to know how to communicate it. And I need to know whether this is truth. This is what I would like to say. You would not go and propose to anybody. You would first need to know whether this is what you want. You would not simply join MBA unless you have to take a decision that this is the right thing to do. And once we have established this is what I would like to, then that comes into the conversation. Now, how do you say it? With a vote, which the US is going under through these days, or with a dharna, or with the beautiful crafted words. We as humans have the intelligence, smartness to be actually able to put what we want in the term of words. We are the one people who can communicate. Communicate others people can, but we are the ones, right from the San Bushman tribe, we started with the click language. Something like to a very sophisticated, manipulative, big words, jargons, connotations. We encode them. We have encryption. Even the WhatsApp message goes with encryption. We encode. We send them in a specific form. How do I convey my feel? How does a Gunga tells about the sweetness of a mithai? The articulation, the way we can say them. Okay, visualization, sound, movements, cognitive. The cognitions would ensure the channel, which channel is required. And in certain cases, opinion makers. We will go through it when you're here, but at the moment, once it reaches the other person should be able to understand it, should be able to decode it, to be able to interpret it. Suppose I speak in German and you don't understand German, the message is lost. I give some kind of a sign and you do not know that sign. The message is lost. Anything we can do about it? No. And it's not just what you can see in the terms of the word. What do you actually feel about that? Today is Karwa Chauth. I don't know how many females would be keeping the work and so on, married or not and everything. But on one side, they want to say and pray to the God that we want long life for our husband. But does their body languages conveys that? Is it a ritual they are going through? Does their husband understand that here is a lady who is so emotional that she is actually feeling that I should be for the longest time possible with the person? That's the internal response. It will be based on his values, his judgment, Not just for that thing, but the previous things that he has calculated. And then there can be noise. It could be a static. It could be a low bandwidth. It could be that I am not audible enough. It could be multiple ways that can lead to some kind of a misinterpretation, right starting from the days of Yudhishthir, Ashwathama mara gaya. And Dronacharya died and the whole thing changed. But that noise was created. The point is, Dronacharya could not get beyond the noise. The four common sources that we normally talk about. The personality. He missed the noise because he thought Yudhishthir cannot ever lie. Past experience, belief, attitude, anger. Could be multiple things about that. You know, the celebrity advertisement is all about, we do not believe that a celebrity would lie to us. But they do. That's a noise. Message can be distorted. The person who's saying a thing may not be good enough. He would be lacking skills. He would be using a different word for what he wants to say. Mrs. Malapropos, a historical character, always was using a wrong word which somehow seemed correct and ultimately led to a different thing. You know, we need to understand. Encoding is a major thing. You know, every year, so many of you, not you per se, but your seniors, they come to me, sir, I have been from a vernacular language school. I've studied all my life either in Punjabi or in Hindi, not much of English, and quote unquote, मेरी अंग्रेजी बहुत माड़ी. So I always kind of try to tell them that, is communication about language? If somebody has a good language skills, maybe he can speak beautifully in vernacular language. No. We need to differentiate between language and communication. Language is a part of communication. Language is but a part of communication. That is something that we need to understand. Oh, there can be actually so many external factors that can distract us from understanding, like your screen on your phone, if you're watching it on phone, may not be large enough. Somebody in the background may be calling you. There can be so many things as external, as I already said, there could be a reason for the lack of clarity and creation of noise. Or it could be your past experiences is understanding the whole damn thing. You know what? All this. I always say communication is a very large word. All the words can be very pretty, like love, like hate, like food, small, pink, beauty, nice, good, lovely. Small words. Communication sounds so big. But then as we get sophisticated, as we understand that, we need to understand the conversation can be done in multiple ways. You know what? Thomas Harris transactional analysis, we'll be talking about that in the classes. PAC, parent adult child model. Now, whether it's a parent talking to a child, an adult talking to an adult, or an id talking to a superego. Oh, I'm sorry, I mixed that Jung into that, But all that, the conversation could be a dominant one. As a parent tells you, you're not getting up early enough in the morning, or you're not eating enough, or you're not formally dressed. It could be interruptive. Somebody is saying a long piece and you want to interrupt. I got it, just stop. No, that is interruptive. It could be manipulative. And that's an art. I've used the word manipulative. I could have used the word Machiavellian. The reality is, if you go by the Cialdini, he would talk about in the terms of influence. His 6 principles of influence are something that you must read that book. But coming back to what I was saying over here, that conversational style could be very polite. It could be creative, thinking outside the box, trying to bring something different over here. Like originally I was starting that maybe I would give a, something like over here that I don't know whether I am being clearly visible because of the screen, because of the distance, or even whether my audio is coming. My original idea was that I would be giving a, presentation standing over here like this. That never happened. So if I was trying that, that would have been creative. That would have been different. I can be sarcastic. I can say one thing and mean another. I could be just hurting, or I could be passive. Keeping quiet, just getting my point across. Could be active, could be passive. Another thing that as an MBA, I would come to always these 4 points. What are your expectations and what we can? The one thing that we would be strongly encouraging over here in MBA is the written communication. Because business works on the basis of word, the written word. The forms, the letters, the messages, the emails, we are bombarded with all that. The number of emails that we get in a day, whether that's a BCC, a carbon copy, or directly addressed to me, whether I'm supposed to respond to it, how do I address somebody? We would, be sure about it. And as a semi-complaint, I have been hearing from some of those, sir, you make us write a lot. Gentlemen, whatever we fear, we must overcome. Herein, you would be supposed to write, we'll be going through it, we'll be telling you how to improve, what we can. There will be assignments. If you know some senior, informally, the person will tell you, yes, there are assignments. There would be. But when you write it, that's a quick tips kind of a thing. Put the reader first. Try to put in some kind of a visualization. Because people look more, read less, hear still less. Who touches anybody these days? Use simple words, short sentences, reach across, use the specific jargon only when you know the other person will understand it. It should be an active writing, lots of use of gerunds, verbs, nouns. The readability should be good. Font. Calibri was really in the news because of the Pakistan thing and stuff. But the font makes a difference whether, which font is a business font, which font is not a business font, whether I should use Times New Roman or Arial or Calibri, or, that is important depending upon what you're doing over there. One of the another major thing via which we would be really working hard on you is via the use of seminars. In all the 4 semesters that you would be us, we have a large weightage to something called a seminar. Any normal subject takes 40 hours of classroom teaching. It could be in different formats, 40 hours at least. And has, in terms of marks, now it's a grading there, and the credit code, credit things. In the terms of marks, it goes 100 marks. So you're supposed to spend something like 70 to 80 hours on every subject. Seminars have an equal weightage as to a subject, which will in essentially be decided 50% in one class. The other 50% would be your written communication. Dr. Shavina yesterday talked about the details and how you'll be assessed on that. Imagine 80 hours for other courses and here in 1 hour wherein you'll be analyzed equally. And this 1 hour would also include a rapporteur, the person who writes a report, and a chairperson who would conduct the seminar. And you'll be the presenter. You know, that's where I actually, you need to know that thing, what I said. You are the presenter. Mind it, this presentation you are watching or is at the back, this is not the presenter. I am the presenter. Presentation is a tool. Presentation is a tool of what I would like to say. I would like to use it to corroborate what I'm saying. I am the presenter. With the help of a presentation, well, most popular format these days is the one I'm using now, is the PowerPoint by the Microsoft. But over a period, over your life, things may change with the virtual reality coming in, with the 3D stuff coming in and stuff. Like way back in our time, we used to be using the slides and everything. It was a different thing altogether. But saying that, the important thing is to remember that you are the one who is presenting. No paper reading. No reading from the slide. A little pointers. What you want to say is more important. You are the one who is giving the presentation. Yes, there is definitely a class discussion after that. You need to submit what you said, and multiple times it's based either on your project, what you did, or on a specific topic. It helps you get some kind of an awareness that what is my way to study. You know, at the end of the day or the beginning of this thing, I said, you know, we are lifelong learners. If we are lifelong learners, then we have to make it an intentional learning. It cannot just happen. We need to be open to learn. We need to be able to interact. We need to be able to take criticism. We need to be able to get a feedback and give a feedback. Seminar would be what we would be making you ready with to face the world about your ideas. If you hopefully come with a startup, you might be presenting to the angel investors. If you come with an IPO, you might be presenting to a board of, or even if you're a manager, you might need to present to the board of directors. The presentation skills are essential and mandatory in our curriculum. And this is something we would like to really work hard on. Definitely there are enough videos and stuff that you would be going through by yourself, and we will make you do that over here. Formally dressed, onto the stage, with a full hour to get your point across. And practice makes perfect. And pressure makes diamonds out of carbon. Yes, you would be under pressure. That I got a seminar, I'm going to be judged and this and that. But remember, the pressure turns the carbon into diamonds. Hopefully, we will be able to come up with what we can, and we would want you to work with us so that we can meet the expectations that you have out of us. Another thing, non-verbal communication. The sign of V, victory. The sign of swastika. We have been reaching across our WhatsApp messages with emoticons. Hieroglyphs found by Egyptians some 3,500 years back or 2,500 years back. Don't exactly remember, but somewhere in BC are being used this day. Are being used this day like emoticons. You cannot do a conversation without an emoticon. Check your WhatsApp messages. All those smileys and duh and this and that and guffaws and laughter and LOL and so on. It all is about non-verbal communication. Similarly, they are standardized things. But we in our life go through these things in a different manner. 3 types of non-verbal communications is there. Yeah, we'll be talking more about it, but a quick kind of a thing. Kinesthesis, proxemics, and paralanguage. Para means near language. Primarily 3 things. Kine is from kinetic movement. So kinesics is body language. You may have read Alan Pease, beautiful book on body language, or you can just sit and watch people watching something. You don't have to say, your face says it all. Your father comes back home, your mother comes on the scene, and you know, oh, or wow, or like it's like the body language says it all. The physical experience, what you're wearing, we can always tell. You know, when a student comes all formally decked up and dressed up over here, you say, okay, you got a seminar to demand. That's true. Physical appearance, and every culture defines them. The posture, you could be slumped or you could be confident. And the posture makes all the difference in the word. The gestures, touching, normally refrain from it, but then when it works wonders. Your brother, your close friend, your mom, somebody who can just give you a touch of arm and you can just move ahead with renewed energy. You know why good actors are very good actors? Because they got the facial expressions. When they are sad, they can portray sadness. When they are happiness, they can spread the happiness around. When they're excited, you feel the excited. Kinesics. Spread it. Proxemics. Distance between you and me with a friend. Somebody who comes and stands too close to you, you get away. Somebody you get angry if he's not sitting close enough. Whether it's a round table conference or you're sitting across somebody. While you're standing, toward whom your feet are turned. What kind of a chair you have? When somebody enters your room, how do you feel? Whose chessboard you're playing the game of chess on? Proxemics. Paralanguage. I can change the tone, the tenor, the speed. I can change the pitch. I can make my voice rich or thin, or I can articulate in big words, or I can just keep on speaking pretty quick, or I can pause. I can reach the volume, raise the volume. I can go in a sonorous way, a rhythmic way, you know, where the, like we have a guy in our MBA from Liberia. I always tell him, Toby, whenever you speak in a way, it sounds like a rap. It's so beautiful. Paralanguage. It's not language. It's the way it has been said. Speaking between the lines. Reading between the words and speaking between the lines. What I want to say over here is your words, and this is some old study, pretty old, so may have changed. But what I want to say over here is that your words are only maybe 7 to 10% important. Paralanguage is 40%, the body language is 55%. And this is what the communication is composed of. It's not just about the words, my dear friends. Listening. Very important. Very important. 3 parts. Listen, attend, and respond. Important. Actually listen. Don't hear it. Listen, active. Maintain the eye contact. Other person knows you're listening. Forget about the past. No prejudice. Understand what is happening. Empathy. Neither sympathy nor antipathy. Empathy. Pathy. Feelings. Strong. Strong. Harmonious. And whatever you do, when the person has said his piece, summarize it so that you understand it, able to give the feedback that the person knows that you have understood what you're talking about. The spelling of the foolproof are F-O-O-L, fool, not foolproof as we speak it sometimes. We need to be sure that this is what the other person has said. The tool of the trade is vocabulary. Big words. Go to testmyvocab.com. And that's a site. Open it. Check your vocab. Find out where you are. Find out where you are as compared to somebody else. Find out how much you need. It's a tool of a trade. Can somebody cook something if the person doesn't have the right ingredient? No. Simply no. He needs to have the ingredient. Can you tell me something, what you feel about if you do not have the word for it? Go to market. There are more than enough books on the vocabulary. I have got my favorites. You can have your favorites. Tools of the trade are essential. You have to bring your vocabulary up. And it's not just about one language, it's about every language. What we practically do over here in MBA is give you a business vocabulary. At the end of the day, you know that this word means this in the business sense. You know the LOC is not line of control, but letter of credit. You understand that what the dollar does. You understand the meaning of the basis points. You understand about the GDP growth and the GNP and the export numbers and the consumer confidence. It just increases your vocabulary. Yes, we do expect you to read a yellow newspaper, something Economics Time or Financial Express, a Business Standard or something like that. Why? Because that's a vocabulary we want you to have. That fourth point, we want you to work with us. Without that, no, it's not possible. My last thing today, practically, no information overload. You know, we in India have a funny, interesting thing, Gagar mein Sagar. Arey bhaiya, Gagar mein Sagar, I don't know whether we can fit in or not. but we definitely can have a gargle full of water if we want. Don't do the information overload. Don't tell so much that a person says, oh my God, forget everything. Now, only that stuff. We believe in the tortoise thing. Slow and steady wins the race. Consistency matters. No information overload. That's why we will be using 2 years to interact with you. And yes, you know why it's a pleasure, it's honor, it's privilege to meet you. Because someone in you, when I might or might not be there, is a future minister, is a future GM, could be a future PM, could be a future bureaucrat, could be a big business magnate. You guys are my future, and it was a privilege to be in touch with you. Thank you for listening. You guys have a good day. Bye. Take care.